All right, let's do it. Welcome to this week's Sirius XMU session. My name's Josiah, and I'm joined from our New York City studios by Brooklyn's own Nation of Language. They've actually been one of the most featured bands ever on our new music countdown, the Download 15, with over 18 songs featured over these past 5 or so years. And now, today, they're here to share performances from their new album, Dance Called Memory, out this year via Sub Pop. They'll also share a cover of an iconic early 80s classic, which we'll hear a bit later on in the set. So Ian, Aiden, Alex, welcome to Sirius XM. How you three feeling today?
Hello.
Feeling great.
Feeling good.
Happy to be here.
Love to hear it, you and me both. Well, look, I'm eager to chat about the new album, your guys' process, and where your head's at lately. But how about we actually get started by getting listeners right into your first song, and we'll talk more on the other side. Here's Nation of Language and their song Inept Apollo, exclusively on Sirius XMU Sessions. You just heard Nation of Language performing their song Inept Apollo on this week's exclusive Sirius XMU session. It's on their new album Dance Called Memory, on which the band really strives to bring humanity, vulnerability into their synthesized music. And Ian, along those lines, I read that you had both Kraftwerk and Brian Eno on the mind this time. Can you tell us a bit about those two schools of thought and how that informed the new record?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think for me, Kraftwerk in some ways is always top of mind. But Kraftwerk, when they were making their music, they were trying to take all of the humanity out of it. Whereas when Brian Eno was making his synthesizer-based music, he was, he wanted his synths to be broken or messed up. He wanted to really feel the imperfection. And, I think Kraftwerk's way of removing humanity was interesting kind of for their time period, but now I think we're in a different time period where humanity has actually been totally removed from a lot of music or will be soon. And so I think kind of leaning into the flaws or the roughness of something is, valuable these days.
So you folks crafted the new album sounds with the support of Nick Milheiser, right? With whom you recorded, produced, and mixed the album. Listeners may know Nick from his project Holy Ghost, from his playing in LCD Sound System's live bands, and lots of other fun collabs over the years. So can you three think back to your process with Nick as you were in studio and tell us how he helped you all find some humanity or maybe some unexpected tones through the new album?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just really great at getting us to embrace chaos, like as we're recording things, running around just like twisting knobs to see what happens, flipping switches, and kind of letting things get a little bit chaotic and letting it breathe a little bit and not feel so like, okay, this is the song and this is how it goes and now we have finished it.
And he always says, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. That's the mantra in the studio. So if we get a take that feels really good, that feels authentic to what the song's trying to convey, but maybe one key was mishit or one note was misstruck, trying not to let that perfectionism get in the way of what we're going for as a whole.
Well, I got to say, we're really happy that you all have decided to play your song, I'm Not Ready for the Change, in today's set. This was really actually the right song for the right time for me personally, as it's been a huge season of change over here. You've mentioned previously an interest in kind of finding some shared empathy through all of life's transitions and all of its tough beats. Can you all tell us more about this song, I'm Not Ready for the Change?
Yeah, I mean, it was really born out of a time where it felt like there were kind of a lot of pages turning in life's book kind of at the same time. And there are no brakes you can pump on how life is moving forward. It all just kind of happens to you. And sometimes it's piling up. And this song was really born out of like really wishing you could just slow down for a second and hang on to what you had. But time just keeps barreling forward and, relationships change, things develop, and you just got to kind of keep rolling with it.
Well, once again, from Sirius XM Studios in New York City, here's Nation of Language with their song, I'm Not Ready for the Change. Hope you enjoy. Here we go.
Evening turns
You just caught another exclusive performance from Brooklyn buzz band Nation of Language with their new song, I'm Not Ready for the Change. It's from their new album, Dance Called Memory. And it's Josiah catching up with the band as they're over in Sirius XM's New York studios. So, question for Ian and Aidan. You know, in the 5 or so years covering the band, I don't think that I've actually mentioned on air once your personal connection outside the band. And I only actually just heard the story about how you two met. For listeners who might not know, can you take us back to when you two first met and how that evolved into playing music together?
Yeah, I was in college in Kansas City, and my mom and I went to go see the band The Wombats play. So it was like 2011, and Ian's last band was opening for them, and I thought that he was really cute, and my mom egged me on to go talk to him, and Ian and I danced to Midnight City and began a long friendship that turned into a relationship when I moved to New York. And then, yeah, we just fell in love and have been together since then.
Have you all been back to that venue or played that venue?
Actually, yeah, the Record Bar was the venue in Kansas City, and they have they've moved locations, but the heart of the Record Bar exists still, and we've played it a couple times, which was really special for us.
Well, hey, up next, we're happy to hear a performance of another new song, Under the Water. So as I understand it, this song almost didn't make the cut for the album, but you ended up deciding to finish it remotely and kind of spiking it in. Did I get that right? And can you tell us about that decision and this song that almost didn't make it?
Yeah, it was funny. We had this celebratory moment in the studio where we were like, we're done. This is amazing. All this hard work. And then 2 days later, I listened back to that demo and I was like, except when I listened back to it, we were en route to Australia to play some shows with Idols. So I hit up Nick, our producer and mixer, and I was like, if I record some stuff on the road and send it back to you, can you mix it? And so while Idols was sound checking, I'd be recording the synthesizers. And then at night, I was sitting on the ground next to my bed doing the vocals. And, it all kind of came together remotely in the end. But yeah, just, out on the road. I was like, I have all the synths with me. I might as well just do it now.
Yeah, I remember being in the green room in Brisbane, waiting to sound check, and Ian had all of the synths out and plugged in, and the rest of us were like tired and jet lagged. And I remember being like, "Look at this guy! He's really
What are you doing?" Well, right now it's another performance from Nation of Language. Here's their very moving song "Under the Water" on this week's exclusive Sirius XMU session. That's an exclusive take of the Nation of Language song Under the Water from their new Sub Pop album Dance Called Memory. It's Josiah chatting here with Ian, Aidan, and Alex. And how about we hear today's cover? You three are about to treat us to a cover of an iconic tune, which has directly informed a lot of the indie music that we enjoy on the channel today. Ian, can you reveal to listeners which artist and song you folks will be covering and anything about your connection with this tune?
Yeah, so this song is called Turn of the Century by the band Beat Rhythm Fashion, who, yes, as I understand it, are a Kiwi band, which is nice because the last Sirius XMU session we did, we also covered a Kiwi. It was Aldous Harding.
Oh, yeah.
So
nice.
I'm deciding that this is a theme now.
The Kiwi cover.
Yeah, the Kiwi cover. And the story of this one, Aidan, well, I can let you take over.
Yeah, sure. When I started trying to gather music to DJ, I was going through this old zine that was like a compendium of new wave music from the late 70s and early 80s. And I was like actually going through alphabetically to see what everything was about. And when I got to that song or to that band, I found that song on YouTube and became obsessed with it, and I couldn't find it streaming anywhere or to buy anywhere, so I downloaded the video on YouTube and I would just listen to it on the train every day. And yeah, I loved it. I loved it so much. And
it is now available to stream and buy.
Yeah.
And so I encourage everyone to do so.
Yes.
Because it's a really great song.
Gorgeous song.
We were very excited to do our own version of it.
Oh man, we're really looking forward to the cover here. Just a sec. Well, look, we're eager to see you guys out on the road for your North American headlining tour this fall. And thanks so much for coming in to share these performances with us. We certainly hope to have you all back when there's more to share down the line, okay? Thanks for coming.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josiah.
You got it. Playing us out with their cover of the beat rhythm fashion anthem, Turn of the Century. The band is about to send up a true early 80s classic. Josiah out for now, and we'll see you back for another session next week. One last time, here's Nation of Language on Sirius XMU Sessions.